Hey, what is up YouTube? So let's go ahead and get right into the combos of my Swordsoul deck list post-Photon Hypernova. So we're going to start things off a little bit slow, kind of work our way up, but we're going to start as if, say, with just these two cards in hand, a Moye and a Taya, what you can do from here. And so what we're going to do, normal summon Moye. Moye, activate effect, reveal Taya in hand, special summon a Swordsoul token, which is a level 4 tuner. With these two, we're going to go ahead and go into a Shishao. And then we're going to go Shishao Chainlink 1, and then Moye Chainlink 2 to draw. Then if your opponent has an Ash, it just stops the draw. You still get the search or banish off of Shishao. Alright, so Moye is going to draw us into a long one, and then we're going to go ahead and search a Sacred Summit. You could also search for a Blackout, it's all personal preference, but for this video we will be searching a Sacred Summit. Alright, now we're going to go long one, activate effect, discard Taya. It's going to special summon himself as a 6 and then a token as a 4 token tuner. With these, we can go into a 10 synchro, which is Barone. You can go into Changang, you can go into Ice Jade Gimmer, or Sinister Sovereign long one, which is really nice. But because Nib is all over the place, we're just going to go into the standard Barone. And then long one, because it was used as synchro material, and burn for 12. Then we're going to go Swordsoul Sacred Summit. We're going to revive the Taya. And then we're going to go Taya, banish long one, make a level 4 tuner token, and then we can choose to go to Draco Berserker or a Dragite. Dragite, as long as you have a water monster in your graveyard, it is a once per turn spell or trap negate. And then Draco Berserker is basically if your opponent activates a monster effect, you can banish that monster, but it does not negate it. So it's all personal preference here. We're just going to go ahead and go for the basic, which is Draco Berserker. And then now, because Taya was used as synchro material, we're going to go ahead and dump a Worm or Swordsoul card directly to the grave. I guess we'll go ahead and dump Ashna, and then that concludes the combo with just starting with Moye and Taya. And then we're going to jump into a different combo. Okay, now we're back, and now the starting hand size is at 3. So let's just say you've got Moye and Taya again, but you already have long one. So we're going to go ahead and start off like last time, normal summon Moye, reveal long one. We're going to make a token, and then same as last time, we're going to go ahead and go into a Shishao. And then Shishao 1, Moye 2, just like last time. Draw into a Blackout. We're also going to add the Sacred Summit. And then we're going to go long one, discard the Taya, special summon itself, make the token. And then we will also go into the Barode again. And then long one effect engrave to burn for 12. Summit. Going to go ahead and revive the Taya again. And then we're going to go Taya, banish long one, and make another token. And this time, just for the sake of it, we're going to go into Dragite. Now Dragite works really good if you have a Nibiru in your deck, which we are currently citing it. Then it's got another effect that states that during the main phase you can excavate the top 5 cards of your deck. If you do, you can return your opponent's return cards your opponent controls to the hand up to the number of excavated rock monster, and then place the excavated cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. So that's pretty nice, and you don't even end up using up your Nibiru from that. It doesn't go to the grave or banish, just put it back in the deck and spin back based on the number. Alright, we're going to go into a different combo here in a moment. Okay, another combo starting with 3 in hand. So we've got an Atara, we've got a Vessel, and we've got a Moye. You could normal summon the Moye, reveal, and then make a token. However, Atara can only special summon itself if you don't control any effect monsters on the field. And then Vessel, what you can do with that is you can send a worm monster from your deck to the grave, and then if you control a face-up non-effect monster, you can add from your deck to your hand one Tenyi monster with a different name from the monster sent to the grave. For the sake of this, what we're going to do is go ahead and activate this, special summon it, and then immediately link it off into a monk. Then we're going to go Vessel. We're going to send Ashina to the graveyard, and then add Vishuda to hand. Then we're going to go Vishuda to special summon itself because we do control monk, but it is a non-effect monster. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and banish Ashina and special summon another Adhara from the deck. Now, Adhara is a level 1 tuner. Vishuda is a level 7. So 7 plus 1 is 8. We're going to go into a Shishao. And then Shishao, what we can do from there is go ahead and add a Swordsoul Emergence. And then we're going to go ahead and activate the Swordsoul Emergence. With this, we're going to go ahead and add a Long Wand to hand. And then from the graveyard, we're going to banish the Adhara to add Ashina to our hand. And then what we're going to do is go ahead and normal summon our Moye. Reveal Ashina in hand, go ahead and make us our token. And then we're going to go ahead and go into Draco Berserker. And then Moye will let us draw into a blackout. And then we're going to go Long One, discard this, special summon itself, and a token. And then we're going to go ahead and go into Sovereign Long One. And then Long One, burn for 1200, set the blackout. And we still have all 3 of these Tenyis in the graveyard. Vishuda's really nice for bouncing, special summoning, adding back a worm from your banish pile. And let's go ahead and move on to another combo. Okay, now we're going to show the most cracked hand in Swordsoul, where we're going to be able to synchro summon 4 times in a single turn, which there's also potential for follow-up play afterwards. But this is just like, in theory, like, you don't get hand trapped, you don't get nibbed, like nothing like that happens. You are able to make crazy boards with this deck. We're gonna go ahead and do Adhara, special summon it, link it off into a monk. After that, we're gonna go ahead and do Vessel. We're going to send Ashina to the graveyard and then add Vishuda to the hand. Then we will special summon Vishuda, and then we're not going to use Ashuna at the moment because that will lock us into worms. Instead, we're just going to normal summon Moye, and then go ahead and reveal Long One. Go ahead and make a token, and now after this, we're going to go into Dragite. Then use Moye to draw a card. Draw into Swordsoul Sacred Summit. Then we're going to use Long One, pitch Taya, special summon Long One, and then we're going to go ahead and make a token. After this, we're going to go into Baron de Fleur. And then we're going to use Long One effect to burn for 12. Okay, now is the time whenever we're going to use Swordsoul Sacred Summit to revive Taya. Go ahead and revive Taya. Use Taya to banish Long One, make a token, and then we're going to go into Draco Berserker. Use Draco to dump Shatana. And then after this, is whenever we're going to use Ashna's effect. Use that to special summon Adhara. And now we're going to go ahead and go into She Shall. Then we're going to go She Shall effect to add Swordsoul Blackout to hand. And then we're going to use Adhara to banish itself and add Ashna to hand. Then simply set the Swordsoul Blackout, and you've got 3 8s, a 10, a Monk, a Blackout, a Shathana in the grave, a Bounce for your next turn, and then also for your next turn, the ability to add one of your banished worms back to hand. And this is absolutely insane. You've also got Swordsoul Sacred Summit in the grave, so if you were to revive Taya or normal summon or special summon another one from the deck, banish this, that will turn on your Yazi plays. It's just so much cracked stuff going on in this board. You've got a Spell and Trap negate, you've got an Omni negate, you've got a Effect Veiler, and then your opponent activates a monster effect, banish it, Blackout, pop 2. I mean, this is insane. And there's still more that we could have done. And yeah, so this is a pretty insane board. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys some nice combos that you can do with this deck. And if you enjoyed, please consider giving the video a like and consider subscribing for more awesome content. Thanks guys.